Oh, I love that. It gave me goosebumps with a game winner. That's awesome. A region title was on the line at the Ed DeFore Sports Complex. Westside trying to beat Peach County to force a three-way tie for first place, but the Trojan seniors have never seen a region loss in their entire careers at Peach County. It was senior night for Westside. Congrats to all those senior Seminoles, but it was the Trojans working early. Jaden Gibson escapes the pocket. He's going to launch one downfield. And who else? Justin Harris at the end of that one catches it falling down. Touchdown, Trojans. And Coach Campbell, always has a little something to say. Always get a little instruction, something you can do a bit better, but nice job there. Noah Whittington, he's going to take the handoff on the next drive, bust it to the outside, and he's got a chance, but he's going to be dragged down. Touchdown saving tackle by Jamie Cooper, but that's a first down, and it don't matter when you've got Noah Whittington back like he never left, easy like Sunday morning, right up the middle, and the Trojans go up 2 scores. Westside trying to generate some offense. Victor Dixon Jr. looking for somebody to throw to, finds no one. He's going to get lit up by Quintel Jones. That's a Rib Rocker nominee. And the next play, punt goes over Diego Pedraz's head. Peach County's Dorian Smith with the head on the swivel, picks the ball up and scores. That's a touchdown for the Trojans. 21-0 now. Next Seminole possession, Van Sean Jackson not worried about the score. Moving and grooving, breaks a couple tackles and nearly scores. He's dragged down at the 1. Hey, but hey, no biggie. You've got Khalil Hercules Johnson showing the godlike strength, plunges in for the score. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. Next peck, that's a touchdown. Next Peach County drive, Noah Whittington right up the gut. Nobody's gonna catch him. Got a blast. See you later. 65 yards to the Cribbo, Zaxby's FFN scoreboard. Get out the Trojans' way. Perfect 6-0 in the region, 68-21. Frank?